Uh, Let me know if you hear me. Need to find a better way to, test this. Okay. Frog? Frog. A frog. Frog. I hear people saying I'm back. Okay, I saw a frog in chat. Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I opened up one of the demo folders and it kind of lagged my PC. For some reason, killed the stream too. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Because this is a pretty cool game from what it looks like. Mind the black screen. Alright, I'm just making sure the stream's up and running again before I start. If you hear me, give me a 3 in chat. Now, 3! 3! Okay. So, we're up and running again. And it's been a solid 4 years since I played Hotline Miami. So this should be interesting. Medic is the strongest. We'll see. Red barrels. I haven't played it, but there's a game on Steam called, like, Ape Escape, or Ape Out? I think Ape Out. Where it's a Hotline Miami style game where you're a gorilla breaking out of a zoo. And I've been tempted to play it, so this may be a good reintroduction for me. I don't know how to interact with the door. This game's called Midnight Mercenaries, by the way. Oh. It's because I'm missing enemies. Adoy. They weren't reacting, so I just figured they were dead. Thanks. Eek Neo. Heck Neo. Someone left a message on the phone. You have one new message. Listen closely. The U.S. government is soon. This will almost certainly mean the end of your brief existence. However, we assume you value life, so we're offering you an alternative. But you have to do us a favor, too. You'll go to 314 Oak Lane, where a couple thugs have taken residence. I want you to take care of them. Afterwards, you'll go to the following address, 104 Gravel Street. It's a big white house. Can't miss it. Await further instructions. You have until midnight. If you're successful, you'll have officially died in a gas explosion. Alright. Lore. Appalling voice? Well, that's the thing. I couldn't tell if it was an existing character. It's probably weird to bring up, because I try not to put too much stock into Twitter or anything, but apparently the voice actor for the medic's just been, like, following random TF2 creators. So the other day I checked my phone and the TF2 medic followed me. And for a second I felt intimidated. Oops. I haven't talked to him, but I will say I appreciate it. Seems like Robin Atkins Downs is investing his own attention a lot into the TF2 scene. And trying, like, doing what he can to sort of, fill the vocal void, so to speak. He just seems like a cool guy. Getting the voice actors together and all that. You can't be serious. Yo! I just took care of a couple numbnuts and supposed to wait for instructions here or something? Do I live here now? If so, I just gotta grab a couple things from my apartment. Listen here, boy. Listen. Oh my goodness. What does a southerner sound like? Listen here, boy. No one here cares about you, nor your name, nor where you come from. You're a nobody, like all of us. That job you just did, it didn't happen. You'll do more of those jobs, none of which ever happened. We don't speak of what we do. We just do it to get paid. None of us exist. We're all dead. Why is he holding a portal gun? I didn't want to bring attention to it. So if you don't want to get in trouble, keep that big yap of yours shut. That apartment of yours doesn't exist anymore either. It died with you. So, yeah, you're with us now. Welcome to hell. I'm gonna regret not having water with me after this game. Perfect. Hey, tough guy, where you headed?
Work.
Oh, right. But isn't it almost midnight?
We work at midnight.
Hey, why so late, though? Why not during the day when you can see what you're doing?
Slower police
It's weird here seeing Heavy talk a lot.
Slower heavy response. Police response. Security is more lax. Your witnesses. Take your pick.
Huh? But then why?
You talk too much.
Good news, I can't exhaust every dialogue option. Grade F. I haven't even started it. Alright, rev up. It's a warm-up. You can't rev it independently, so I kind of have to walk in. Opinion on Cars, like the movies? I don't know, but I saw the tweet saying that ghost cars are canon, which means hell exists in the Cars universe. Damn. It said I can knock barrels over, but I don't know how. And I'm... Okay. Red. Oh. I'm pretty sure you do finish off knockdown enemies. The thing is, when you have a minigun, you don't really find knockdown enemies. Okay. Maybe you can't finish him off with like a kick or anything. This would be a lot easier if I could install a custom HUD. This game, I can't play TF2 without 45 numbers near my crosshair. Nondescript numbers. I don't know if I can drop a weapon. Looking out of bounds. There's not much. So, I watched the new Resident Evil show, and it's everything people told me it would be. It lived up to exactly what I wanted it to be. which was anything but good. I mean, I'll be honest, I had fun watching the show. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I didn't see the Resident Evil movies that came out back in like 2002. But after I watched the Netflix show, I went back and watched the first movie. And I don't know if it's a controversial opinion. I kind of feel like if those movies were made into like an HBO show or something today, they would be really good. I mean, they still were. The first one was good, at least. I haven't seen the rest yet. But it felt paced like it would have been a TV show, you know? Like the whole first Resident Evil movie really wasn't that climactic. And even it was pretty cheesy. Like they're just escaping an underground bunker, basically. And like 5 misunderstandings happen. And it's kind of what I wish the Netflix Resident Evil show would have been. I'll tell you, it plays like Hotline Miami. Because each level is basically 4 levels. At least to complete in one go. My one complaint, I couldn't even complain too much about the live action show. It's just the villains are comically evil. Like, you know how a lot of dramas these days try to make the villains like, oh, they're a terrible person, but they have a cause? Like, they have something they're fighting for. In Resident Evil, the show, like, they have nothing to fight for besides being evil. And it's really kind of frustrating to watch. And they try to downplay it with something that happens later, but I don't think it functioned. I never liked the character. Also, 2 teenage girl characters that don't act anything like real teenage girls. Like, there's Jade, and I don't remember the other girl's name. But one of them is, like, super edgy. Super, like, fight the system. I don't know. She's combative even with people that could help her. There are just a lot of times where stuff could have been really easily avoided. It was frustrating to watch, essentially. The characters would make mistakes that weren't really explained in any meaningful capacity. Besides, they felt like doing or not doing something. Yeah. What do I think of the Hotline Miami games? I like the first one. I'm not a diehard. I agree with most criticisms of the second, which is just that there's a lot of off-screen kills. But it's not a strong opinion. Get me out of here. If it works. Oh. Okay. Would I still recommend Severed Steel? Yeah. I don't... Nothing's changed from when I made the video. It's still out. Still good. Why did I walk in there? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna punch the Weezer ticket for the day. I was going down a rabbit hole sometimes these YouTube channels crop up of really obscure Weezer demos and shit from like 1990. And there was some interesting stuff like live shows from 1994. And there were a few interesting tidbits from it. One is on the live shows. So if you've ever like seen Weezer in concert, whenever they played that opening lick to Say It Ain't So, you know the one. The crowd goes wild. They freak out, they cheer. But if you listen to their live shows from like 1994, it's dead silent while they do it, which is, I don't know why it's weird, but hearing them play Say It Ain't So, really any song live and not get a uproarious applause, it's kind of interesting. Kind of makes you realize how much that cheering contradicts like the actual song itself. But anyways, another thing I learned on this channel is a lot of the framework for My Name is Jonas was actually from a song written by I think Jason Cropper, which was like one of the early band members of Weezer, like before the Blue Album. I don't remember what it was called. It's like My Name is Vexel or some weird alien Starman shit. It was a demo made by Jason Cropper with a similar but slightly different melody, with mostly the same lyrics but with just different names and stuff. And I would guess when he left the band, Rivers re-recorded all of his parts, but he never really got credit for writing the song, which is kind of wild to me. You want to know something else I found on this channel? So I think in like 2004 or something, Rivers was doing an acoustic show, like a Weezer acoustic show, and Matt Sharp was there. So Matt Sharp left Weezer after Pinkerton in like '96, and they don't really interact with each other. Like, he doesn't do shows with them or anything, but this one show is the one place I've ever seen Matt Sharp reunite with Weezer, technically. And do you want to know what happens during this show? Matt Sharp recites some rap song. I want to say it was a Biggie rap. I don't remember which one, but it's one where he drops the N-word. So Matt Sharp is sitting next to Rivers Cuomo at an acoustic show, and Matt Sharp just drops. I don't think it was hard R, but he just... You can see the physical discomfort on Rivers Cuomo's face when it happens. It was a Tupac verse. I believe you're right, yeah. Matt Sharp was reciting a Tupac verse. And every comment on the video is about that. Yeah, no, he didn't, like, stop. He didn't look around. He was just, like... And to be... It was 2002. That doesn't mean it's okay. But... I'm imagining it didn't go through his head that that might be a problem. Just contextually. Why did Matt Sharp leave Weezer? It's not like they ever came out and said it. I think it's a culmination of reasons. God, I don't even know how I can like my understanding of it. A lot of it can probably, like, the feather on the camel's back was that Pinkerton flopped, and Matt Sharp wasn't happy with being in the band. He wanted to work on his solo stuff. They were kind of worried that Weezer was kind of over, because, you know, they were getting so much shit. So basically, a mix of creative differences and concern for the future of their music. This is kind of contested, but supposedly, this is maybe me inferring it, but especially in early Weezer, Rivers really wanted to kind of be the frontman of it. He wanted total creative control and stuff, and I mean, it's gotten worse. It's gotten way worse in recent years with Weezer. But early on, I think Matt wanted to be a bit more present in the band. And he wasn't quite getting that. Because it was sort of Rivers, Cuomo, and crew. So he left to make his own band. Or to work on his band that he already had. But yeah, there's a lot of different reasons from what I read. The Rentals had a few good singles. I'm not gonna say it's something I return to. I mean, modern Weezer is really bad in that regard. I think the most bothersome thing for me, and you know what they say, no one hates Weezer like a Weezer fan. It's just, no one else in the band gets to show their personality. Anytime, like, Brian never gets to sing main vocals, and when he sings backing, they're basically invisible. Pat isn't allowed to do anything interesting on the drums. It's just like kick, snare, kick, snare. It's, there's not a lot of life in them. And I know that they have personality to bring. I just don't think they're encouraged to. Another thing I found on this old archive channel from one of those live shows, there was a version of The Good Life where Matt Sharp goes absolutely improv on the bass line, and he's like boom 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 boom. He's just, like, he is completely owning his own thing on it, and it has so much, like, I love it's one of my favorite versions of the song, basically. Just because they don't stick to the formula. And the problem with Weezer now is, like, if you've ever seen them live, they play it beat for beat. They don't change anything. It's really rare you'll see them improv. So it's interesting going down the rabbit hole and seeing how much they used to do that. Agreed with several points in chat, but yeah, Sejol. Seasons is definitely Rivers' pet project that the band is just showing up for. I'm worried that they can, like, shoot through these barrels. No. The one possible place that I could die there. Seasons has a few highlights, but it's nothing to write home about. It's just all of their new music is written by an algorithm and a guy that listens to too much Vivaldi. Maybe not too much, but it's just pretty radio rock with a few exceptions. Wow, they didn't notice that. I'm not gonna act like I have a strong opinion on Seasons. There are songs on there I've replayed a few times. I'm gonna be the opposite of me, the opposite of me. Thank You and Good Night is one of my favorite closers to their albums in a long while. There's some great moments on it. It just definitely could have used maybe a bit more time for the middle parts. I love the part where River says my drummer is playing off key while he's using a drum machine because Pat wasn't even there to record. There's some irony to that. I believe, funnily enough, on their summer album, there's a, what's the word? There's a motif taken from a Vivaldi song, because Vivaldi made, like, the Seasons music, right? I don't remember what it's called. 4 Seasons. But on the Weezer summer album, there's a reference to Vivaldi's Winter. A sample? Not a sample, but like... they reference Winter on their summer album, which was a little strange. I didn't mind it, though. Alright, I think that's all I have to talk about, band. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm panicking. Please. I'm going. Hello, Misha. Tough day? It's payday. The money came in just now. Are you going to send it to your family, like always?
Yes.
Misha, we need to talk about it.
Doctor, it has been a long day. I do not want to talk. I want rest. Good night.
Misha. Ooh, demo level. I don't know where the phone is. The Pyro? Oh. Oh yeah, it's got the tank. I spawned in the demo room. Have you guys heard the cursed 2013 unfiltered Pyro voice lines? Have you ever wondered what the Pyro actually sounds like? You can technically hear it. It's funny that because it really sounds like Patrick Bateman just covering his mouth. I'm talking like this. I think I wasn't paying attention on where to go. Some walls can be blown up with oh. The suit isn't totally flame retardant. Unfortunately. It seems... I'm... Oh, okay. I thought I was kicking it over. It's a cool mechanic. I can't remember if that was in Hotline Miami. Yeah. That was fast. Fire kills fast. I'm playing this little game with Twitter. It's called I Have to Watch Better Call Saul faster than Twitter spoils it for me. It's a race against the clock. I'm on season 5. There have been a few memes that are cryptic enough that it spoils stuff, but I don't actually know what it spoils yet. Whoops. It's a good show, by the way. I regret not watching it when I first tried. I finished Breaking Bad, then I was like, this isn't Breaking Bad, I won't watch it. But it really is as good on its own terms.
It's moronic, I tell you. They rejected me back in the 40s. And they're rejecting me now. There's a war going on. Don't they need the help? Someone has to protect this country.
Hey, Rustage is just raid. Hey. It's Hotline Miami, but with TF2 characters. You're all caught up now. Thank you.
So why not me? I want to help. Who cares if my brain works, right? I'm fine otherwise.
Lad, listen. You've been going on about this for months. Do you not think you should let it go?
Ah, what do you know? You don't even understand.
I don't. Look, it's late. I'm going a little German. I gotta get to me job.
Now? I've been living here for almost a year and you still haven't told me where you work.
I'm glad people remember the Paul Hogan TTS every 3 hours. Oh, I guess you guys weren't here for the Weezer discussion. I'll save you. Give you a pass. I'm really thinking with corners here. The make-believe demos? You say that like I haven't heard every single demo released by that band by now. I heard the demo of Summer Lane and Drunk Dory off Weezer's White Album. It was a song from like 2002, and it was... I know not everyone here will get my cryptic language, but it sounded like energetically the demo of that song sounded like Pinkerton. It sounded like Why Bother. It was really angry and loud and overdriven. And it was actually really cool. But the thing with modern Weezer is he basically digs up old demos from like 10 years ago, runs them through a spreadsheet algorithm, and produces passable radio rock. It's still a good song. It's a fucking banger. But hearing the demo of that made me realize kind of what energy got lost in the 2000s because of their commercial failure. And yeah, as Voltrix in chat said, if you look up the demo for that song, the audio quality is really bad. I'm trying to remember what it's actually called. And like I can't remember. If someone can figure it out, I'd love to pass the message. Another something. Oh, she left me there. I just remembered it. I remembered it because he still uses that line in the final song. It's interesting. Like, the original version is really like... the original song is really incel-y, but the final version is way more like relaxed SoCal. You know, hammock on the beach. Another fun fact for you. You know, a real demo would use stickies here. And bait them out. But to each their own. If you miss the first one, you just die. Yaki, I appreciate the energy, but I won't do it. Just ripping the band-aid for you. Spinning. You want to know another thing? I'm sorry. It's been like a month since I've streamed, and when that happens, I have a lot of residual trivia to spew off. Apparently, at some point in Rivers Cuomo's history, there was a so he took an issue with his Wikipedia page because there was an entire section about his Asian fetish. There was a whole ass part of his Wikipedia about how he's obsessed with Asian girls. And he got so upset with it, he made like a blog post disproving it. Like Rivers Cuomo mathematically disproved that he had an Asian fetish in the most unhinged way possible. He made a list of every song he's made for every race. He mathematically proved that he doesn't have an Asian fetish by listing off 5 songs that he's written about white girls, a song he wrote about half Asian girls, songs he wrote about Persian girls, and he put this... I'm making it sound a little more unhinged than he presented it, but it just read very funny, where he's like, not all of his songs are about Asian girls, they just happened to be about girls he was dating. Now, he does refute a couple other things that are fair. Like things he said in interviews that were taken as him only talking about Asian girls, when in reality, it was a single example of him being asked what celebrity he thinks is hot, basically. I think it's hard to argue the guy who sings "Goddamn You Have Japanese Girls" might not have a bit of a fetish, but also his wife is Asian. I don't blame him for being upset about having that in his Wikipedia article. I just think it was a really funny fallout. That's all. Also, yeah. There's a lot of inferences from that post. Door. What's kind of funny is someone on the Wikipedia page tried to coin a term. They tried to define the word Pinkerton as someone who is like, who essentially is obsessed with Asian women. Like his Wikipedia page says Pinkerton, someone with an unhealthy obsession with Asian girls. And Rivers Cuomo refuted that, like, where the fuck did you read that? And to his credit, it's not true. That's someone making shit up. But the fact that someone would make that up is kind of funny. 4 enemies left. 3 there. 0 weapons. I can break a window, but I can't climb through it. So, the demo can equip a shotgun, apparently. Unless that was a lock and load. I threw my gun under the car. Jeez. Thing takes a minute. I can't. I can't. Oh, cool. Last shot in the mag. And they're conga lining now. Well, I don't understand why the explosive punch went off. Good enough. Ugh. The reload takes like 3 full seconds. It's tough. I don't know what's killing them preemptively. Sometimes they die without being shot. Okay. Oh, it's like randomized. They just have suicide vests. So, unfortunately, I've learned that drum sets are pretty expensive. Good ones. And I've already got enough things to buy. But I want to learn percussion. And I learned that there's a VR I don't want to say game, because it's more of a software. Someone has made, like, a realistic drum set in VR that's apparently getting really good reviews by actual drummers. And I've just been using it to try and learn drumming. And it doesn't work like real drums. Like, they are actual drums, right? But the thing with the real drum set is, when you hit it, the stick bounces back, right? There's some feedback. But playing drums in VR is disassociative because your hand just goes through the drum. You don't really have that momentum to ride off of. But apparently it supports foot sticks, like a USB pedal. So you don't, instead of gripping the controller to do the kick, you can just actually plug in a foot pedal and kick it. Which I'm actually impressed by. And I'm hoping I have the mental fortitude to continue learning drums, because as I've tried to do music more, it's gotten so much more important to understand the percussion. Which is hard to do when you're using, like, a MIDI keyboard to play drums. It doesn't really click the same way. What's the last rule in my chat? Don't do it and you won't have to worry about it. Let's leave it at that. I'm so terrified of exploding enemies. I don't want to stay near anything. What? What? You know what really sucks too is, like, there's just so many instruments. I don't think I'll ever be like a dedicated musician, because it's a hobby thing for me, but I've definitely kind of learned that I'm a person that likes buying instruments, even if I'm not like trying to use them for something or play them every day. It's fun for me picking up, like, just learning an instrument, right? And I've learned about a hurdy-gurdy, and I really want one. It's this sort of medieval... There's a crank on it, but it's not a violin or anything, right? You have to click buttons to play it, but you also have to crank a thing, but it also has strings. Visible strings. It's a weird-ass instrument. Yeah, I guess it's in Sea of Thieves, too. The thing is, with hurdy-gurdies, they're such a fringe instrument, you have to get them custom-made, otherwise, like, they're either crap or they are non-functional. And it costs, like, $1,200 minimum to get a fair hurdy-gurdy. So, I'm already fixing a new PC and getting a desk built, so I can't buy that. Drum sets also seem to be like minimum $700-800 to even like get into it. I still want to learn a brass instrument, but I don't know what yet. One day. Let's see. I think clarinets are cool. I kind of like anything that would fit into a jazz ensemble, you know? Or like a prog band. Clarinet feels a lot harder to pick up, though. So that's my instrument list. I probably drums, then hurdy-gurdy, then... maybe a trumpet. I don't know if I'd go for a sax. I'm looking for just a standard horn. I'm also holding off on it because I want to get good with guitar. Better at guitar than what I know already. I already have like 2 instruments I'm learning. I'll do it. It's kind of like bowling. That worked as planned. Only I didn't get any weapons out of it. No. So the problem is when they get close range, I don't really know how to fight them besides throwing the grenade launcher away.
I personally like the caber and sticky jumper combo.
It's underrated. My brain doesn't even register what I'm doing anymore. It's just all muscle memory playing this game. Yeah. Didn't really pan out. Have I heard of Steinful? No. You recommending a YouTuber? You know, someone tweeted at me and a few people with actually an idea that I thought was kind of cool, only conceptually. There's a lot of issues with it. Like someone tweeted a fighting game, like a party fighting game, but every character is a YouTuber animated by the YouTuber. So like all the storytime animators get to make their own fighter. And I thought, oh my god, it would be fun as fuck to animate a moveset for Bommy. But my second thought was, holy shit. So many characters are gonna get cancelled and removed from the game after you make it. How much of a liability would it be if you make a game with YouTubers and then every 3 months one of them gets into some shit? It's an awful idea. I don't know. I would have fun with it. Maybe I'm a little biased. Boom. Yeah. Great. No. How do I flip view model? I didn't even realize I could charge it. Will that help? Yeah, that's gonna help a lot. What would Bommy's moveset be? So the thing is, I actually started planning one out. Because I kind of want to have a fun little project to animate one day. So you'll probably see it. But I was thinking he would Bommy would grab the rope wick on his head and swing his own head around like a flail. At least for his neutrals. The standards would be a bit more referential. But he'd swing his own head around like a flail. No. I'm not a... It's probably balanced. I'm not a big fan of the fact that it seems like when you have a pipe out, you can't shoot another until it explodes first. So you just feel like a sitting duck. Can you even throw it? You can't even throw... Wait, does it detonate? Oh, it detonates. Never mind, I take back everything I said. I'm a moron. It's real risky having the detonate button also be the throw your weapon button. And also it explodes even though it doesn't have a explosion in it. It's a video game. Okay, I don't get that one. Demo man takes skill. Demo man takes skill. Why? I don't understand. Why does the door explode? I'm unarmed. That's not, is that why they call it a blast door? Yeah, I see it. I'm following that all my weapons explode. It just didn't logically make sense to my brain that punching the door or opening the door would do that. But I get it. I'd actually rather save the bullet. No. Wow. That works. This is the furthest I've gotten. Okay. As you were. Enemy corpses you killed eliminating... Okay. I have the Midas touch, but for bombs. Everything I touch becomes a bomb. Good enough. How do I turn the key into a bomb? So, okay, so even if I open a... Okay. It's Killer Queen rules. It clicked for me. I don't want to go near it. That could have been bad. Don't explode. I'm nervous about everything now. I mean, it makes total sense now.
This is certified banger or penis music.
Is there overlap? Huh. Dunzo bunzo. Oh yeah, I've been playing multiverses off stream. Mostly a Finn main, but I'm warming up to Garnet. I spent my money unlocking Steven. It's weird as hell that Zach Callison isn't voicing Steven, but I don't know if he could still do young Steven. Fun game.
Well, you weren't gone for long. Oi! Sounds a bit unusual for a regular job, doesn't it? Don't you start anything. Oh no, just pointing things out. Look, you know how much I care for you. I'm just worried. Mate, I'm tired and everything hurts. I'm gonna drown myself in booze until I can neither stand nor see anymore. Good night.
Everyone say goodnight, Demo. Where the hell am I? Please relax, Mr. Doe, as all will be explained in due time. You and your colleagues have simply joined us for a little interview. If this is about our mission at the science place or who hired us, I ain't talking. Oh no. We already have all that information we need regarding those things. I can assure you that neither you nor your colleagues are in any sort of trouble. All I'm here for is to find out what kind of person you really are. And trust me, I believe this interview is going to be beneficial for you too. Let's begin with my first question, shall we? Why did you become a mercenary?
Well, it started that one day when I got a phone call after Demo passed out again.
Oh wow, we got AU rules, I see. I'm invested. Is there a way to save the game? Because I plan on finishing it, but I don't know if I have time tonight to do that. Lady, I'm not Tavish. I'm just his friend. He's asleep right now. What's going on? I could do old N64 rules and just leave the game running for 24 hours till next stream. Autosave? Are you saying that confidently that the game has autosave, or are you asking if it does? Because I don't know. I do know I gotta go by 10, so I need to take a pause point. Good news. I can continue. Okay, I'm going to end stream pretty a little abruptly halfway through, because I've got a bit of stuff to do tonight. Really fun game. I know I'm playing it with streamer brain, and not everything's clicking, but it's really fun. Very up to par with Hotline Miami, at least. Don't know what it's doing with its story yet. I'll play more of this. I'm planning to still stream on Friday. You might see me stream earlier to finish this game. Depends on how free I am on Wednesday. So you may see a stream tomorrow, if not 100% on Friday. But I need to hop off for now. Thank you anyone that subbed, chatted, lurked, anything at all. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you joined late and you didn't hear me update about my channel, I got 2 videos. I'm pretty done scripting. I'm waiting until a replacement mic comes. Until then, I can't record anything. I think it comes tomorrow, hopefully. Still moving to Blender for my animation. I feel like I might still do another video or 2 in SFM, just because not everything on the Bomby model is ready for use yet in Blender, so it comes down to whether that'll be ready in the next 2 weeks. Either way, still working on stuff. I'll be streaming on Friday. That's it. I have a Discord if you want to know when I go live, or you just want to interact with my community, or post whatever. And that's it. You want the Bomby anatomy pick? Alright. Night, everybody.